Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be putting you through the basic for fabric beading. Now with this basic you can actually be super creative with so much ideas. This is basic, like you have to know this template for you to go further in fabric beading. So please stay tuned to the end, and please do not forget to subscribe, share and like. Now stay blessed. Things you'll be needing: we needing your thread, invisible thread or your normal sewing thread, whichever one, but invisible thread will be recommended if you're using a mesh. You need your scissors, your needle, as well as your beads, your assorted beads. I'm also going to be showing you guys how to apply your cup chain to your fabric, and as well as your pairs to your fabric. Now first thing first, you need to secure your thread, like making a knot on the thread before taking it to the fabric. Now on the fabric you have to secure your thread to the fabric by creating a knot. Now this is how you create the knot. Now this is created because so that the beads is going to be firm on the dress at a long run. Now I'm going to knot it just once because I'm using a normal sewing thread and is more thicker than invisible thread. If I was in an invisible thread, I definitely would do it twice or 3 times or more. Now our first stitch for today is our single bead stitch. Now this is just you picking the bead one at a time. You take one bead, you stitch it to the fabric, then you bring it out, the size of the beads to the fabric, like you create a space for the size of the bead. You don't make it too tight. If you make it too tight, it's going to stand out, like it's going to be squeezed. And if you make the stitch to be too wide, the thread is going to be very visible, right? So you taking one bead at a time. This is actually my favorite among the stitches in beading a fabric. So you can just be super creative with it. So I went out of the box just to show you guys how it looks like when you use single bead to cluster different size of beads together. It comes out very great. Like, I just love it so much. I'm a big fan of this. So out here are the overlays, work I did for someone that I use single beading. Yeah, I use single beading stitch to create this cup beading over here. Our next stitch is going to be our running bead stitch. Now this is just you taking the bead, either 6, 4, 5, depending on your preference, and giving a space, taking it into the fabric, then give it a space, then you bring it out. Yeah, I use this pattern when I feel like the dress is too scanty and I want it to look busy, like I want it to just stand, not too empty. That is when I use this running bead stitch. Now our next stitch is our back stitch. Now this back stitch is used mostly when you want to create a line, like you want the beading, you don't want space on your beading here. So that's what it is. So now you pick your beads, certain amount of bead, then you take it into the material, then you take it back few inches back or centimeter back, then where the thread comes out, you find the bead close to it, then you pull it back to the front, you take up another bead again and do the same process. Now that is just for you to just create a straight line. It mustn't be a straight line. Maybe you're trying to make a circle, you're trying to make a triangle, you're trying to make a shape and you don't want spacing in it. Back stitch is the stitch you need to use. Now our next stitch is going to be our line stitch, or what people call straight stitch. Now this is just you taking the beads line by line, just like this overlay over here, the work I did on my pre-birthday shoot. I just use it to cover this stitch, to cover the boning area. Yeah, that's what I did. I use it to cover the boning area, and it's tedious, like it takes time, because you have to take it line by line. You don't have to give so much space, just little space in it, so it takes time. Apart from that, it's a great one and something you can work with, and it is very beautiful. It brings out beauty, like it occupies space and it stands out, especially if you're using crystal beads or you're using rice bead. Super, to just shine once it's at night. Now I'm going to show you guys how to use your cup chain, actually attach your cup chain to your fabric. Now cup chains have these holes in between them, so that is where you poke your needle into to pass it through the fabric. Now most people would use gum to attach it to their fabric, but I just prefer using my thread and needle to make it to be more secure, so I don't have to come back to that dress after a while because it pulls out. So that's just it. One thing you got to know as well is that the way you secure your thread to your fabric, that is how you're going to secure the whole beading process. When you're about to end the fabric, like you make a knot at the end of every beading process. You don't just leave it like that, you secure it. If you're using an invisible thread, you go twice or 3-4 times, as much as you feel it is more secure, then that is a good to go. So next is how to make use of our pair machine. But at this point, if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Because you don't want to miss out, right? So please subscribe, share and like. This is our pair beading machine. We are going to, the down part is where we insert our pins. This is a pin, this is what it looks like. So we're going to be putting it at the down part, then our pairs is going to be at the up part. Now this up part, it has different size for different size of pairs you want to work with. Now what you do, you just place it under the material and then you add pressure at that place. It's like you stapling, using a stapling machine. That is how it feels, and it's all secured. It's secured, and this is how the back of the whole beading looks like. So at this point, you've come to an end of today's tutorial. So please subscribe, like, share, be part of this growing channel. I'm part of, it's going to be a family. This is a family actually where I learn and you learn from me. So whatever question you have, put it at the comment section below. I'll be quick to answer. Thanks for staying to the end of this video. God bless you all.